Good morning, everyone. A good Tevach, Shavua Tov. We are finishing off today the chapter of Bittul Torah, of neglecting one's Torah learning when they're engaged in other things like idle chatter and time-consuming activities that are really taking us away from the learning that we could be doing. And he concludes with the following words: Umashamu bebrachais. This that it says in the Gemara in Brachais, shall beis Rabban Gamliel lehayu oimim marpe bebeis hamidrash, bimnei bittul beis hamidrash. In the yeshiva of Rabban Gamliel, if somebody would sneeze in the Beis Midrash, it says in the Gemara over there, they would not say to your health. They would not say, as we would say, Gesundheit or La Briut. They wouldn't say those words. Why not? Because it would be considered Bittul Torah, a waste of in neglecting Torah study. How is that? Hainu be'emsa shalaimdim. While they were in the midst of learning, if somebody would sneeze, even though it seems to be very good derech eretz, proper manners to say Gesundheit or La Briut, nevertheless, said Rabbi Gamliel, that would be tantamount to desisting and wasting the time of learning to say those words. Don't break up the learning that you're doing. Because in reality, the sages are very careful. They were very careful in these matters not to break up one's learning. Like it says in the Gemara, anyone who stops speaking words of Torah, and they start getting engaged in words of sicha, idle chatter, so they're going to feed him. I guess the malachim, or Kodesh Baruch Hu, or down there in the other world, they're going to feed him fiery coals, which is not going to be too tasty or pleasant, but it's going to end up being fed right into the mouth over there, the mouth that ended up speaking the wrong things while they should have been learning Torah. Uba Avos, in Pirkei Avos it says, Hamahalech b'derech v'shayne. Someone is walking along the way, and they're learning, which is a wonderful thing. Umafsik mimishnasai va'omer. But then they break from their learning and they say, Mano yilon zeh. Wow, look how beautiful that tree is. Mano nir zeh. Look how beautiful that plowed field is. Have you ever seen a plowed field that's beautiful? But that's the person stops and he says, wow, look how impressive that plowed field is. And they were in the middle of learning and they stopped to say those words. Mala Allah v'akosav kilu mizchai benafshay. The person bears guilt for his soul for breaking his learning, to say how beautiful a tree is and how nice and impressive a plowed field is. And then Rav Chaim Kanievsky concludes with the following words: V'shaymer pivu l'shaynai. Someone who guards his mouth and his tongue. Shaymer mitzaras nafshay. He will guard himself and his soul from hardships. If a person guards their mouth from speaking extraneous conversation, idle chatter, things that are inconsequential, type of schmoozing that a person does, and rather he will keep his mouth and his tongue filled with words of Torah, or even just to be silent for that matter, not to say anything at all. So that person will shayme mitzaras nafsho, any of the hardships that normally would come to a neshama, to a soul, he'll avoid all of that. And then he writes, V'ayin oy l'kamon, Simin Chavtes, in the 29th chapter, Be'ez Hashem, which we'll get to, which talks about Torah study. We'll speak about these ideas and these concepts even more. So that's the end of the chapter of neglecting Torah study, Bittul Torah. And we learn from here how valuable our time is, how precious are the moments. We'll never get them back again. We'll never have that opportunity to be able to learn what we're learning at this exact moment. So let's use the time wisely. Let's rescue the moments that are fleeting by. Let's try our best not to get involved in idle chatter where we don't need to. Rather, fill our mouths and our tongues with the words of Torah. And in that way, Be'ez Hashem will be Shaymer Mitzaras Nafshay. We will guard our soul from any of the tsuras, any of the hardships that are there. Why? Because the Torah, as we're going to learn 29 chapters later, the Torah itself is the shield and the guardian of the sanctity and the purity of our neshamas. Wishing everybody a wonderful day and a wonderful week.